Hi children, welcome back to the science session. Hope you're all doing good. Great. Let's start the session with prayer. Asatoma Satgamaya Tamasoma Jyotirgamaya Mrityoma Mridamgamaya Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Fine children, be relaxed, stay calm and slowly open your eyes. Great. Okay children, what did we saw in last session? We saw about fabrics, different types of fabrics, right? How the fabrics are made. Okay, what are the steps involved in making a fabric, right? Initially, we obtain from which one? Fiber. Okay, a fabric is made from a thread or yarn. This thread or yarn can be obtained from the fiber, right? A fabric is a cloth or material which can be obtained from weaving a cotton, nylon, wool or silk threads. Right. So these threads can be obtained from fiber. Okay. A fiber is a thin hair-like strands. Okay. This is what we discussed in last session. Okay, children. So in this session, we are going to see about fiber. Okay, what are the sources of fiber, right? The sources are natural fiber and synthetic fiber. That is, the fiber can be obtained from nature or from laboratory through some chemical process, right? In sense of natural fiber, the examples may be cotton, jute, flax, coir, silk and wool. And for synthetic fiber, nylon, polyester, acrylic. Okay, these three fibers, that is nylon, polyester, acrylic, are obtained from chemical process in chemical laboratory, right? In case of natural fiber, the fiber can be obtained from either plants or from animals. Okay, those fibers, that is cotton, jute, flax and coir, are obtained from plants, whereas silk and wool are obtained from animal. Okay, so now we are going to see the difference between natural fibers and synthetic fibers. Natural fibers can be obtained from nature, that is from plants or animals, whereas synthetic fibers can be prepared in chemical laboratory with the help of some chemical substances. Okay, second point, natural fibers are biodegradable. Since we obtain these fibers from nature, they can be degraded easily and doesn't provide any pollution, right? In case of synthetic fibers, they are non-biodegradable and cause environmental pollution, right? And the third point is example. Example for natural fiber are cotton, jute, flax, coir, wool and silk. And for synthetic fibers, the examples may be nylon, polyester and acrylic. Okay, children? So, in this session, we are going to discuss about the natural fiber cotton. Okay, so how we get the cotton, children? We can get the cotton from cotton field, that is from cotton plant. Okay, so the fabric name is cotton and it is a natural fiber which can be obtained from cotton plant. The source is cotton plant, so its type is natural fiber, right? The conditions of growth, under what conditions the plant will grow, in sense it needs warm climate, that is the temperature must be 25 degrees Celsius, right? And it needs black soil and moderate rainfall. Okay, and its uses, it is used to manufacture clothes, bed sheets, towels, stuffing in pillows and cushions, as a bandage material in hospitals, etc. Right? And the characteristics of cotton are soft, light and sweat absorbing, not very durable, wrinkles easily. Okay, children? So, coming to the next slide, it shows how the cotton fabric is made from the cotton ball. Okay, initially the cotton will be present inside the cotton ball, that is the cotton plant. Okay, from which cotton will be extracted. Using that cotton, yarn will be produced, and from that yarn we can weave a cotton fabric. This is the steps involved in transforming a cotton ball to a cotton fabric. Right, children? So, what are process involved in these steps, children? Could you have any guess? There must be some process involved in the steps of converting or transforming a cotton ball to a cotton fabric. Do you have any idea about those process? Do you have? Shall we discuss? Right. So, the process involved are ginning, spinning, weaving, knitting. Once again, ginning, spinning, weaving, knitting. Okay, ginning is the process in which cotton ball is transferred to cotton, that is converted into cotton. Right. So, ginning is the process in which cotton can be obtained from cotton balls. Okay, in cotton balls, it contains some seeds along with cotton. We have to separate the both. Separation of seeds from cotton in the cotton ball is called ginning. Okay, could you understand, children? This ginning process may be done either by man or by machine. Right? But manually, we can done this ginning process with the help of a comb. Okay, like this picture. Okay, whereas we can also use machines for this ginning process too. Right, children? So, ginning is the process of separating cotton from cotton balls. Right? Okay, now we obtain cotton from cotton balls. This cotton has to be converted into cotton yarn. Right? So, the process of converting the cotton to cotton yarn is called spinning process. Could you clear? So, in spinning process, the cotton can be converted into cotton yarn using the spinning machines. Okay, children? So, here are some machines which can be used by our ancestors. Right? These are age-old machines that our ancestors used to spin. Okay? The machines are, first one is Takli. Okay? And the second one is Charka. Right? And the third one is spinning machine, which is used by us nowadays. Right? These are some spinning machines used for spinning process. Could you clear? Right. And the last stage, that is converting the cotton yarn into cotton fabric. Could you clear? So, this conversion can be done either by weaving or by knitting. Okay, with the help of weaving or knitting, we can convert a cotton yarn into a cotton fabric. Right, children? So, weaving is a process which involves two yarns. Okay, weaving is a process which involves two yarns. These yarns are crossed under and above each other. See in this picture, children, in this image, the weaving pattern. Right? Two yarns are used in which one yarn goes under the another one. Okay, in this way the weaving pattern will be viewed. Right? So this is the weaving process and this is the weaving machine used for weaving. Right? So we can perform this weaving process either manually or by machine. Right? If we perform this by hand in sense, it terms handlooms. Right? If we done by machine it sense, it is known as power looms. Right? If we perform weaving by hand means it is called handlooms, and if we perform weaving by machine sense, power looms. Right? So in weaving, two yarns are used to manufacture a fabric. Right? These two yarns crossed under and above each other to form a pattern. Right, children? Could you understand weaving? Very good. So coming to knitting. It involves two needles as shown in this figure, and we can perform this knitting process with the help of those needles and hand. Right? In this we can use only one yarn. Okay, in weaving we can use two yarns, whereas in knitting we can use one yarn. Right? Here we can perform this knitting process either by hand or by machine. By both ways also we can perform this knitting process. Right? For example, you may see your mother or grandmother knitting a sweater in your home with the help of needle. That process is called knitting. Right, children? Could you understand? Very good. So coming to the difference between weaving and knitting. Weaving is done using two sets of yarns. Knitting is done using single yarn. Okay? Woven fabric is least stretchable. Right? The weaved fabric is least stretchable, that it cannot be stretched as easily as possible. Right, children? And for knitting, the knitted fabric is highly stretchable. Children, in case of sweater, if you stretch this sweater in sense, it will be more stretchable. Okay, that is the meaning for this second point. Woven fabric is less stretchable, whereas knitted fabric is highly stretchable. Right? And the examples for weaving are shirts, trousers and saris. Okay? And for knitting process, t-shirts, socks and sweaters are made by knitting process. Could you clear, children? Okay then. So in this session we saw about the natural fiber, namely cotton. From where we can obtain the cotton fiber, how it is transformed to a cotton, and how it is transformed to cotton yarn, from which how we can made a cotton fabric, and what are the process involved in this step. Right? Could you clear about that? Very good, children. So homework for this today's session. Right? You have to do the practice zone 1 and 2 of your concept book and upload the answers in your Google Classroom app. Right? Very good. Still then, stay connected, stay safe, be happy, and keep learning. Right, children? Bye.